Hello everybody, and welcome to episode number 44 of Ironhammers Live, your weekly PC gaming podcast being broadcast live every Tuesday now at 11 PM here in the UK. So hello guys, thanks everyone in the chat room for coming along. My name, as you're probably all aware by now, is Bobby Gooden, also known throughout the online realm as Ironhammers. And joining me today, I have two very special guests. First up, one of these random guys off Twitter that I associate with, Mr. Crawl, C-K-R-A-W-L on Twitter if you want to find him over there, aka Tyler. Do you hear me, and how is it going, buddy? He doesn't hear me.
My chair, being lazy ass as usual.
Oh, I completely missed that, man, because I rather cleverly forgot to unmute you. How nice.
Oh, okay, how about now?
Yeah, it's good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Doing good, that's what I like to hear. And also joining me today is Mr. Yoda the Third. We have Yoda behind me on the video here. Perhaps that's Yoda the First. Who knows? Josh, man, how the hell are you?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. Ready to talk some PC gaming?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. We've got plenty coming up. Tonight, we'll be talking through our new little news roundtable, our new little section there. We're talking about Future Mark, Call of Duty. I wonder what that could possibly be if anybody's actually turned on their computer today. I'm sure they've heard all about that already. We'll be talking a little bit of StarCraft 2 just for Tina in the chat room there because we know how much she loves it dearly. We'll be talking about what we've been playing. We'll be talking about our question of the week, where we ask you guys, when is it time to upgrade your PC? So stay tuned for all of that good stuff and probably a whole lot of random stuff in between. So we're going to go straight into our news roundtable. So, this week's news roundtable, where we each pick our own story and discuss it for you guys' benefit. How wonderful. So, first up, I'm going to take it away by talking about Future Mark. Now, I'm sure you're all familiar with Future Mark. They are, of course, known mostly for their benchmarking software. And they made a game a little while back called Shattered Horizon. There's an image in the chat room there of their 3D Mark software and how awesome that looks. But they released a little bit of a cryptic teaser trailer earlier this week regarding 3 upcoming titles, which rather strangely, one of them is for the iPhone, one of them is for XBLA, but there is one for a PC, and there's this awesome ship simulation type looking game, like almost like a Lilac Wars type of game, but with those awesome graphics that we saw, very similar to Shattered Horizon. But they haven't confirmed that's the PC one. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the case with that. Did you see this, any of you two guys?
I did manage to see the trailer. I thought the game looked pretty cool. The one of the PC version.
Yeah, do you think
I never did get it.
Is the PC one?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think the little spaceship type one is the PC one? Because they didn't say for definite, but it looked like it, didn't it, man?
I don't know. I hope so. I thought it looked pretty badass, and I'd love to play that. There hasn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's been a lot of good like spaceship type games coming out on the PC recently. At least none that I can think of.
No, there's been nothing in that genre at all across a lot of platforms. I would say, really. Since Lilac Wars, I would say is the last really good one. Obviously, it's a slightly different take on it. This will probably be a lot more realistic stuff, you know. But it looked very much that type of game, like the old Star Wars games as well. Did you see it at all, Josh?
Yeah, it looked pretty beast. I didn't see the trailer, but I've been looking at the images all day on it. I did play that game that 3D Mark put out before, that space one.
Yeah, Shattered Horizon.
When it was free on Steam. I mean, Future Mark, man, they know how to do their shit right.
Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it, man?
Yeah, it looks like I might jizz all over my screen, just kidding.
I don't think you are kidding, man, it looks that good. But yeah, I'm sure, looking forward to that one. I played a fair bit of Shattered Horizon when it first came out. and I thoroughly
How
enjoyed
is that game?
It's really fun, man. You kind of need to get a little group of buddies together to really enjoy it, I would say. Just jumping in solo is so hard that, because the game mechanics of zero gravity now is so different. But when you get used to it, it's actually quite a good game, man, and I think they're going to take all of that on board with the next one, seeing as that was the very first game they've ever made, you know, Shattered Horizon. Before that, they'd only ever made benchmarking software, so considering it was their first actual game, I was very impressed with it, man.
Can you hear me? Oh, go ahead.
We also got to remember Bobby buys everything that goes on Steam. I mean, literally every piece of software that goes on there, we can buy. Boom! Impulse.
Except I don't have Portal 2 yet, man, so there's a big chink in my armour there.
Oh, good lord.
I know.
We can't call you a gamer.
No, and most of the games on Steam come from rather lovely PR people who send me a little key that I can put in. So although it looks like every game I own, I don't buy many of them, to be honest.
I don't actually have Portal 2 yet either. I've been waiting for they're going to release the first DLC here in the next couple months, and usually when they release a new content package, they put that particular game on sale, like they did with Left 4 Dead and stuff.
Yeah, they usually do link it in somehow, don't they, man?
Shame on both of you. I already beat Portal 2. I already sold my PS3 copy, so I got my Steam copy left.
Nice. Yep. Did you get much of a return on it?
I got about $40 for it, so I got just as much as I bought it for.
Nice one.
Yeah.
You've done very well. Basically, just a free copy of Portal 2 then.
I have a very hard time keeping my mouth shut about, stuff that happens in Portal 2.
Yeah, you need to try very, very hard tonight if you've got us to
I'll just say there's some companion cubes in there, so.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man, you just ruined the game.
Yeah, no, spoiler alert, everybody. Anyway, moving on. Yoda, what's the story you picked out this week?
I chose the Call of Duty Elite service is coming on later on this year to Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3.
You did. What's your take on that, man? What are the details on it? What have you picked out of all the kind of rumours and stuff that were flying around all night last night?
Well, I actually went to their actual official website today and I signed up to be a beta tester.
Yeah.
I actually have the website. If anyone wants, I can throw it in the chat later.
Yeah, do that, man. Links are enabled, so it's all cool.
It's definitely going to be a really sweet version of Call of Duty. It's not a game itself, but it is. It's more of like getting friends together with Facebook, Twitter, being able to customize loadouts on the maps. It tracks clan progress and stuff like that, and people can win shit and all kinds of fun stuff like that. It's going to cost probably, I'm guessing, $10 to $15 a month. And includes all your DLC, so.
There's going to be millions of people that. You play a lot of Call of Duty yourself, obviously, don't you, Josh, man?
I don't actually have a copy of it right now. I just sold my Black Ops for PS3. I'm planning on picking it up on the PC just because mouse and keyboard kicks controller in the ass.
Yeah, it's just, compared to the old ones, it's just a letdown, man. Like,
I know.
Customizing loadouts and stuff, like, paying for it. I mean, it's just all the stuff we could do with dedicated servers and that in the past, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know, all this stuff that they're adding on their site through Elite is like stuff that, we've done like with Counter-Strike on the PC for years, like tracking stats, headshots, what's your best gun, stuff like that.
Exactly, man.
For console people, it's just like Bungie.net, except they're charging people for it now.
Yeah, somebody was saying that earlier on Twitter today. I can't remember who, but they're talking about how Bungie.net already does that, and even Rockstar's own like social network site. I can't remember what it's called. Similar. Yeah.
Because I've been stat tracking my LA Noire playthrough. That's a whole heck of a lot like that. I mean, I'm obviously going to buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I might not, just because a little game called Battlefield 3 is going to kick its ass, so.
Yep. I think we can count on that, man.
Oh yeah.
But would you be tempted to subscribe to this Elite thing, personally?
Oh, hell no. There's
no way.
There's way too many good games coming out this year. I already have a count of 8 to 10 games I'm buying this fall between my PlayStation 3 and my PC. You think I got money for $15 a month for some crappy subscription?
No chance, man. No, I'm in the same boat there. But I think there's a lot of, I mean, everyone talks about the person that just buys Call of Duty and like Madden or something in the year, you know, like those types of games. I mean, they might even be lapping it up, I would say, like, because for them, if all they play is Call of Duty, then it's probably worth the money, just like somebody who plays World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I was just thinking about just like World of Warcraft. I don't know, I guess that's what people want to do, that's what they're going to do, but eventually you're going to get tired of it. I mean, because the game has basically just been the same thing year after year. They've added, like, you know, the ability to, you know, edit your own videos and stuff in Black Ops and upload them, but
yeah,
I don't know, it's just...
I think it's going to wear off eventually.
I used to be kind of a WoW loser. I used to just play World of Warcraft, and that was it. And then I bought really kick-ass graphics cards and threw WoW in the garbage.
Yeah, I got tired of WoW. I can't play that anymore.
No, it's boring.
I played it for about 2 weeks, man. That's the extent of my WoW experience.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, I know. I got away lightly, man.
If Blizzard ever got my money, it's for stuff like StarCraft and stuff like that. Games that are actually good. Oh, and Diablo 3, yeah, I'm probably not going to survive through that.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
If they have a collector's edition, my soul is sold.
Yeah, damn well better believe it.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be one, man, I would say. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, man. Somebody received a rather strange object in the mail this week, I heard. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's
I've got a picture here for the benefit of the video stream.
Oh yeah, put it up.
Taken from Destructoid, by the way, just to credit them on the image.
Yeah, that's the image, and then I linked an article there in chat for PC Gamer. I think it had a few more pictures on it, but yeah, so basically all these gaming sites, Destructoid, PC Gamer, IGN, all got these doll heads that said Rebecca on the back. And basically, it's kind of akin to the first Aliens movie, if you guys remember that, with the little girl, and she had that doll's head. It's called Rebecca.
Yeah, I didn't get the reference, man. I was kind of lost on that.
Well, in the first Aliens, is it the first or the second one? I can't remember, but there's a little girl hiding in one of the spaceships, I think. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but she had a little doll, and that was like the doll's head, and its name was Rebecca, and so they were sending those dolls out to all these game magazines, and basically it's kind of a little viral marketing thing for Aliens Colonial Space Marine that's being developed by Gearbox. So, which is supposed to be coming out later this year.
Is it supposed to be released this year? Because I've seen, like, there's been very little information on it at all, hasn't there, man, until this point?
Yeah, I think Randy Pitchford did in an interview not too long ago, and he said that after Duke Nukem Forever ships, that Aliens Colonial Space Marines will be coming out Q4 of this year. So, you know, I'm hoping for a really good, like, scary Aliens game, not like, you know, shitty Aliens versus Predator or anything like that, but like just kind of a really good single player experience just to scare the shit out of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for like the scary side of things. I'm hoping for like you guys both played Fear 1, the original PC version, not the shitty console port. I want scary like that, where I like literally fly out of the room, because the first Fear was scary like that. That's how I want this game to be, for scary tactics.
I remember hearing my friend's dad playing Fear on his computer in the next room when it first came out. And it was scary enough just to hear that, man. Without them playing it. But yeah, it was certainly a very creepy game. So I would love to see an in-depth, like, single-player Alien experience again, because like Alien versus Predator just wasn't up to it, man, at all.
Oh no, not at all.
So
it's going to be that lone Marine, like, walking down, like, the dark corridors of, like, the spaceship with the little tracking beacon getting, like, louder and louder.
Yeah, like
the aliens come near.
in, I can't remember the damn name of the games now, Alien Breed, that kind of environment, if you've played those games, the newer ones. The environment in those Alien Breed games is just amazing, man. Something like that, but in a sort of third person or first person perspective, I think could be amazing. But there's really not that much that I've read on it, to be honest, so I could be completely wrong. But there was something else that we wanted to squeeze in, despite declaring last week that we were only going to pick one news story each. With some big StarCraft fans in here, there was no way we could forget that MLG Columbus is coming up this weekend, and there's some pretty awesome stuff going to go down there. So I'm glad you remembered that, Tyler, man, and squeezed it in there.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I've been waiting for this since the last MLG kind of you know, they had tons of stream problems.
Yeah, I couldn't watch hardly any of it. I'd set aside my whole weekend, and I was just like, I'm watching MLG this weekend, and I'd heard, I don't know if you listened to the State of the Game podcast or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd heard Sundance on there talking about it like a couple of weeks beforehand or something, and I was thinking this is going to be amazing. And then the stream was just dead the whole time. And I was watching the very first day, and I was thinking I'll just check it out, and then I'll drop the money on the subscription fee to watch the rest of it in HD, you know. But after the issues, I didn't bother in the end. Well, I'm glad I didn't, because there was plenty of people that did pay it and were disappointed. But they're saying they've got a whole new stream infrastructure in place. They're going to be running 2 streams. They've even brought Tasteless, and Artosis.
I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah, totally, man. They've brought them in all the way from Korea, so it looks like they're definitely trying to take it to the next level this time around. And you'll be able to watch it over on, I think is it MLGpro.com or something like that?
You can go to MLG Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to find it on there. There'll be 2 streams. One, I believe, will have Day9, JP McDaniel, and DJ Wheat, and the other will be Tasteless, which is going to be so cool, man. And the first day you can watch in HD for free, so that they're going to try and demonstrate that they've got the infrastructure there to actually stream it this time. And just on the first day alone, these are some of the games that are coming up for anybody that is actually playing StarCraft. They'll understand. You've got Idja versus Rep versus Bomber, Moon versus Januar, and the big one I'm looking forward to on that Friday, and I'm sure you guys will agree, is teammates from Evil Genius, In Control and Machine going head-to-head on Friday.
It's going to be some good stuff. I love watching MLG.
It's a run-along thing of In Control versus Machine. I mean, they've hit each other at almost every MLG except for the previous one, so here we go again.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see how it unfolds this time around. So there's a link in the chat room there, pro.majorleaguegaming.com. You can find the stream over there from Friday, and it continues through Saturday and Sunday. Carry on.
Yeah, I heard that they were bringing out a satellite truck, so if the internet went down at the venue, kind of like what it did last time, they're going to have a backup solution. Yeah, satellite internet.
I'd heard them kind of contemplating it before, when they were talking about the last one, which was Dallas, wasn't it, I think? And they were saying it just wasn't justifiable with how much money they had to actually bring one out, but it seems they must have got enough interest in the last one to invest enough in this one, so hopefully it's all fixed and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, they got some big sponsors now. They got Sony Ericsson and stuff, I think is one of their new sponsors. So.
Yeah, and they're kind of halfway partnering with the GSL sort of thing as well, aren't they, man? Like,
yeah.
They get to place in Code A in the GSL or something like that, I think.
Code S, I think, actually, if it's...
yeah, I think it is Code S, yeah.
And in return, some GOM, or not GOM, but GSL players come over here and are playing. So what do we have, like Lucira, Bomber?
Yeah, there's Lucira, Bomber, and Moon. I think there's one more, maybe 2 more. There might be 5.
There's one more, I think.
I'm not sure, but either way, there's some great people going to be playing from Friday to Sunday. Even if you're not into StarCraft and you don't play it I urge you just to pop over on Friday while it's free on the HD Pass and just check it out, because you may well, especially with Tastosis casting the game, I think you might be a lot more interested than you might think you will be.
Yeah, those guys are great. They're hilarious to watch, and they, like, either sets of casters, whether it be JP and Day9 or Tastosis. I mean, even if you don't know much about StarCraft or anything, they make it real easy for you to follow.
Sorry, man, they make it, especially Day9, he gets straight to the point sometimes. But like you say, they make it really easy for newcomers to the game, and like, even if you've never played the game, they make it understandable, and you'll kind of understand what's going on. There'll be odd things that would go straight over your head, but you'll soon work it out, and it's just so much fun to watch, and they're just so entertaining at the same time. It's not just about the game when you've got those guys casting.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. That's probably one of the things I look forward to the most is, you know, who's commentating it, you know, and that's has a dramatic effect if I'm going to watch it or not.
Yeah, me too, man. A lot of the times with the GSL lately, because they haven't had Tasis and Artosis casting, I've kind of lost interest a little bit, you know. The other two guys, I think it's
Doa and Moletrap.
Yeah, I think Doa's finished now, isn't he? And they've got somebody
Yeah.
else. But while they're great and they do their job well, it's just not the same as having Tasis and Artosis.
Superstars.
Indeed. No, superstars, that's exactly what they are. Anyway, that's our news section this week. Was there anything else anybody wanted to touch upon at all?
No.
Okay, no. As they know, and we will go to a quick break, and when we come back we'll talk about what we've been playing this week, and then continue to the end of the show with our PC gaming question of the week, which is, when is it time to upgrade your PC? So if you haven't answered that one yet and you're in the chat room now live, head over to ironhammers.org, find the question of the week on there, and leave a comment, and we'll read it out later on in the show, and we might just laugh at you, or we might agree, who knows. Anyway, as always, the idea in the chat room during our breaks is to try and guess which video game this song, that should be coming up any second, is a remix of. So we'll see you on the other side of this. everybody. Welcome back to Ironhammers Live. I hope you enjoyed that. Nobody there. Greens to Mr. Simon D. Ivanoff joining us in the chat room there. How's it going? It's been a long time. That track was quite simply guessed by Simon as soon as he walked into the chat room there. Mega Man music, without even being here when I asked which game is this music from. Simon comes in and states Mega Man. It was in fact from Mega Man 9. I hope you enjoyed that. So let's move on with the show and take a little look at what we've been playing this week. Alright, a few games we've been playing this week, and seeing as you're first on the list there, Josh man, Yola, take it away. What have you been playing this week? Let's start off with Brink. You've got it on there on your list, and Tyler, man, you've been playing Brink 2. We spoke about it a little bit last week with Scott. How are you guys finding it, man?
I don't know. Brink, it's kind of a mixed bag. Like, it's been said by a lot of other people, the game has a lot of potential, like, to be either an e-sport or just an all-around good game. Like, I feel like if there was a little bit better map balancing for usually teams that are trying to get their objective done, it would be, you know, a heck of a lot better game. I feel like it's almost too easy to defend. Like, it's like, you know, one team just sits there and defends till the timer runs out, and like I feel like the match. Yeah, there's a lot of choke points. I feel like the matches are never really close. It's not really ever exciting. It kind of sucks. I mean, in terms of that, I like the parkour. The guns are cool, but it feels like the bullet registration's a little off. I don't know. It's just, if it could do some balancing and some hit detection issues, I think it could be a way better game than it is.
Yeah, I think it still needs a couple of patches, man, which is the conclusion we came to last week. But me and Scott were both totally enjoying it. Josh, man, how have you found it?
I've been enjoying Brink personally. I mean, I hear some of the weapon balancing and stuff, but the parkour is fucking awesome. It'd be kind of nice if I had something above my head that said where the next objective is, because it seems like if you get some teammates are like really retarded, they seem to run around the map half the time and not even go anywhere near the objective.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I said in my review. I spoke about it last week, but I'll just touch on it again. And it's the fact that I don't think a lot of people who are playing it really know how to play it just yet. I think the community needs to develop a little bit so that people kind of get to grips with the parkour elements, the smart movement system, whatever they were calling it, and the same with the objective-based gameplay and actually working as a team. It seems like a lot of people are just treating it like a Call of Duty team deathmatch.
And seriously, what is also up with, I don't know if you guys experience this, but I jump on my PS3 usually, I got a ton of people talking. I jump on Brink on the PC, I got like 2 people with mics. Do people not know what a mic is when they're PC gaming?
Yeah, I think it's more the fact that on the PC you seem to get a lot more people in little groups, if you know what I mean, and they'll have their own TeamSpeak server, or they'll be chatting in Steam voice chat or something, like in their own like private little groups rather than in the actual lobbies. And with a lot of dedicated server games in the past, especially like Call of Duty 4 for example, which I was running a clan and running servers and stuff like that on, all the servers basically had the actual on-server voice chats disabled on pretty much every server, and everyone just used their own voice servers or Steam or Xfire or something like that.
Yeah, and usually with a newer game, like, you don't know how the community is going to be. Like, I remember when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, I would just instantly mute everyone because everyone was annoying as hell. You know, like, the kids screaming at the top of their lungs and stuff. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then you play Team Fortress 2 or something like that, which is a bit more established, and I tend to find people who are much more friendly and much more helpful and want to work as a team, if you find the right server.
Yeah. Or Killing Floor, even.
Oh, Killing Floor is awesome.
Killing Floor in particular, man. Definitely one for some co-op.
A couple of my other games on my list, I mean, they're not really PC, but, I mean, I have LA Noire. I'm probably towards the very end of the game now. I've probably invested 20, 22 hours into it. Very good game. And then I got a bunch of Test Drive Unlimited 2 and Dirt 3.
Which one have you been playing more, man?
Personally, Dirt 3, it just came out, and I love Rallycross, so...
Yeah, I would favour that one too, man. I haven't played Dirt 3 yet, but I played a fair bit of TDU too. I know hardly down in the chat room there, so I'm just thoroughly enjoying it, but couldn't really hold my attention span, really.
And then I broke down and I bought it. I got Minecraft. All the pressure from people, and
You did well, man.
It's really fun. I have no clue what's going on in the game half the time, and I'm just walking around like an idiot with my head cut off, so...
It's all fun nonetheless.
And then, the last 2 games on my list, Killzone 3 had double XP, not last weekend, but the weekend before. And I was tearing it up in Killzone 3 with my clan, KDM. With Kill, Death, Murder. And then, the last game on my list is obviously Portal 2. I beat it just about a week ago. And let me tell you, there might be some cake and there might be some peanuts.
Was there any references to Half-Life anything in that game?
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it for you, though, so I'm not going to say that.
Oh, okay. Alright. It's no spoilers.
Yeah, we don't need none of that, man. So we have 2 guys in here who haven't played it yet. However, ashamed we may be to say that.
There's all kinds of vegetables in the game as well.
Potato sacks.
Yep.
Yeah. But thoroughly enjoyable, I would imagine.
Yeah, GLaDOS is a real pain in the ass, but she's really funny in this one. You almost get to make love with her, basically.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on from there, that's what Josh has been playing. I mentioned it last week, I told you guys I'll be playing it a little bit more, and you can see my funky chicken guy in the chat room on the stream. I've been playing Fable 3.
What a garbage game.
Played it? Did you play it on the consoles, or have you picked it up on the PC or anything?
I have not played Fable 3 yet. Maybe I'll pick it up on the PC eventually, but I don't own an Xbox because I do not support Microsoft Xbox 360.
Fair play, man. Fair play. Tyler, have you touched it?
I haven't played it, no, and I don't own an Xbox either. I mean, it's like, I can get The Witcher 2 or I can get Fable 3. I mean, it's like, what are most people going to get on that day, you know?
Yeah, I know, man. We had both games come through for review. Fable 3 came through just beforehand, so I started playing on that, and then The Witcher came through, so I gave that to Tina, who's in the chat room there. She's reviewing that one for us, so I missed out.
And The Witcher 2 has full naked women in it. What more could you want?
Oh man, there's none of that in Fable for sure.
I know there's not.
I heard that Fable's been getting torn up in the reviews on PC. Like, people have just been giving it like 6 out of 10.
It's really really average, man. And I was saying to Hardly Dan there before the show, we were chatting in Steam, and I said that he'll hear more about how I'm kind of torn on it, because I played the first one. Obviously the second one never made it to PC, so I didn't play that. The first one it felt like a good game, it felt kind of new, but this one, as far as the PC version goes, and why I think it feels very average, is it's considering they've had 6 months or so since it released on the consoles, it really doesn't feel that well optimised for the PC. Like, I was pretty much forced to play it with a 360 controller, even though it works with a mouse and keyboard. The combat and stuff, it doesn't feel right. It feels so designed for a control pad, and just the way it runs, it doesn't run all that nicely either. But as far as the gameplay goes, I love the world that it's set in. I love the whole environment and all the NPCs, and they're making funny comments, and I think British people will really catch on to the comedy in it, especially like John Cleese and stuff. The voice acting and all that is great. The world is absolutely gorgeous. It looks pretty damn nice. but it's obviously the gameplay just feels very, very average. Like it's not really grabbing me. It's not really making me want to push forward and find out what's going to happen next. With any RPG, you need that story element to really drive you on. And with this, it feels very, very slow as far as what I've played so far. Perhaps towards the end, it might pick up pace a bit and get a bit more excited, a bit more story driven. But at the moment, I just feel like I'm doing a bunch of quests and then getting a few upgrades to my character and doing a few more quests, and then maybe something eventful happens and you get a little cutscene. And it feels very average as far as gameplay is concerned. I like the combat. When you're playing it with a controller, the combat is nice. It's very fluent. The animations are a little bit dodgy at times, but it feels good. But the world, you could just get lost in the whole world. And if you really, there's two ways to play it, and I think the way I've been playing it, which is blasting through the story and blasting through the quests, isn't the best way to play it. If you really want to get your full enjoyment out of the game, you really need to delve really deep into it and kind of get lost in that world, which is so well put together.
Yeah, I don't know why it had to take them 6 months, 6 or 8 months or whatever it was to finish that game. And they put a lot of big emphasis on it. It wasn't going to be just a port, and from what you're saying, it kind of sounds like it is pretty much just a port.
It does, man. They've been saying how they were going to make it. They keep going on. Before release, they were talking so much about how we're going to make it more than that. It's going to be a real PC version of the game. It's going to be the best version of the game. And I really can't see, obviously having not played the 360 version, but I can't see that anybody who has played it is going to have that much of a different experience playing it on their PC, to be honest. Apart from it might just look a little bit nicer with the anti-aliasing and maybe a few extra pixels in there or something. But apart from that, I can't see that you're really going to get that much extra from it. But for PC gamers that haven't played it already or haven't got a console, such as us guys, it's worth a look. And like I say, the world is amazing. Everything feels in place, and the characters are just so funny and things like that. But it just feels a bit repetitive in the actual gameplay itself. Anyway,
in other words, don't buy it.
Yeah, don't buy it unless you're like fanatical about the series, or you're really...
If you're fanatical, there's other ways to get it.
Very true.
No way on Ironhammers do we condone that. You're a bad person if you do that. Sorry.
But yeah, I think with the Tyler was saying about the being more than a PC version, more than just a PC port and things like that. I think Microsoft felt very pressured, having not done much on the PC for a while, and Fable 3 was like their little baby on the Xbox, so they thought that they could put it across and make it perhaps look like they weren't forgetting about the PC, which is why I think it took 6 months, because they just wanted to drain as many Xbox sales as possible before they released the PC version, and then by that time anybody who hasn't played it yet may well invest in it.
Do you think that on some of the games that are coming out, just as examples, like Dungeon Siege and all these other games, that the development studio should almost be cut in half? Half of the people working on PC and half the people working on the console versions?
I think they...
Karen,
I mean, I think they should definitely either have a separate team for the PC version, or a lot of studios outsourcing the development to another developer.
Right now.
I lost that.
They're a bunch of shit out.
What happened?
It would be ideal that there was half and half, but I can't see it.
You get mail from the car,
I think the revenue
is
a big key in that one. I don't know, man. What do you think, Josh? Do you think it should be a half and half situation? Do you think we'll ever actually see that again?
I know on one of the upcoming games that is coming out, Battlefield 3, they have a They have the developmental team on PC working on the PC version, and they have the console team working on the console version, which is nice because I know this is probably sounding really fanboyism of being a PC gamer. Consoles kind of are holding...
Yeah, shit, huh?
Yeah, consoles are holding PCs back. We're not allowed to crank the graphics as much, and they're not allowed to work on just the overall look of the game as much because consoles can't keep up with what us guys are doing on PCs.
Indeed. I think that's where The Witcher 2 really goes to prove that point as well, man.
Yeah.
Witcher 2, Battlefield 3, Rage looks awesome. Because, John Carmack actually knows how to, code properly for any platform, so...
I actually met him.
Oh, yeah?
I met him down at QuakeCon a couple of years ago. Possibly one of the coolest developers I've ever met. He actually got me into a beta test for Quake Live when he announced it that summer, and he got me into beta testing, so I was real happy.
Oh, damn.
So we got to go play with the developers while we were there, so nothing like gaming with developers, because they know all the little loops and hidden things are on the map, so...
Yeah, man, when I was at Europe...
Quote-unquote, they were kind of cheating just because we were playing with one of the best PC gamers, Jonathan Wendell, a.k.a. Fatality was playing with us, so it was really fun.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I remember playing Global Agenda with the developers at the Eurogamer Expo before, and it's just such a cool experience to have, isn't it, man? Yeah.
I will, you also forgot one of the best games coming out this year. That's going to be Wicked on PC. Skyrim.
Yeah, man. That's not going to... I'm just hoping it's not going to turn into a console port.
You think it's going to be that way?
Hopefully they ship the tools so the PC community can actually fix their titles, because, Bethesda, man, their shit's always broken. PC gamers come in and clean it up for them.
Yeah. Yeah, totally, man. Some of the mods and stuff on the other Elder Scrolls games, just awesome stuff, man. It's just like, just give us a storyline and we'll take care of the rest, don't worry. We'll clean up the engine, but then it's going to be a new engine for Skyrim, so fingers crossed right.
My copy of Oblivion, I had like all kinds of stuff on mine. My guy was like kicking them in the head and stuff like that. On the PC version, it was like basically Oblivion mixed with Street Fighter.
Nice. Can't argue with that. Anyway, Tyler, man, we've gone over brink. We mentioned Killing Floor already as well, so you've been playing the first Witcher, talking about the Witcher, man.
Yeah, I
have you
finished
been
the first Witcher.
I
haven't played the second one yet. I wanted to get through the first one, but yeah, I beat the game this past Thursday, and I really enjoyed it. And I can't really wait to get into the second one. I'm actually waiting to build my new PC before I actually start playing the second one, so I can crank all the graphics and settings up.
Sorry, man.
But what are you putting in there, Tyler, for a video card?
Whatever the top of the line NVIDIA is at the time. I'm going to be building a new system once the newest Sandy Bridge line comes out, the 6-core versions for the Socket 2011.
Nice stuff.
You're going to be pawning mine and Bobby's PC.
It's been a while since I upgraded, because there hasn't been really any reason to upgrade really till now, with like The Witcher, Battlefield 3, and Rage.
Yeah, Battlefield 3 is going to sell a few video cards, man.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Oh, definitely.
Sorry, Karen.
Oh, I was just going to say, we know that Crysis 2 didn't do that for us, because, they're all about the consoles now.
Yep, well, have you seen the screenshots from the DX11 patch?
I think
the other day.
I think I saw one or two, but then again, I couldn't really, tell the difference because I didn't have a non-DX11 copy to compare it to.
Yeah, I just remember looking at the screenshots and thinking, wow, they do look really nice on DirectX 11, so...
Crysis 2?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick that up for cheap just because I run DirectX 11 right now, so...
Yeah, put it to the test, innit, man?
Yeah. My card runs everything on high, but I'm greedy and I want to run everything else on high this fall, so I'm upgrading my video card.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to do that. It's like, I think it's come to that stage where we're starting to see a noticeable performance increase again, whereas it kind of stagnated. I mean, you had like the 8800s and the 9800s and the 260s, and they were all pretty much the same cards. So with the new Fermi chips and stuff, and then the further advancements since then, and already new cards being planned for the near future, I think we're really starting to see a massive increase over something that had kind of plateaued for a little while. But on your list there, the final game you got there, I can't help but mention it, StarCraft 2, man.
Yeah, StarCraft 2, constantly grinding away to trying to get into Masters League. I played Terran. Yeah, I'm in for Diamond. Been trying to play that as much as I can to get into Masters, but I just can't ever see the consistent win ratio.
Yeah, I'll call it back later. You got your number? Yeah. I was going to delete this crap.
That situation where you kind of feel like you're getting up there and then you go on a little losing streak again.
Yeah, and then just like rage and you lose like 7 games in a row, and end up smashing your keyboard.
Worse and worse every time you play. I've got it this time, man. I've got it like everything planned out in your head, and then as soon as it goes, it's just like, oh shit, like misclicking your probes and whatever. I mean, did you play Terran?
Yeah, I played Terran, and you know what? Playing Terran is like being the guy that everybody hates, because when you beat like a Zerg player, they like rage so hard. I had this kid like swear at me for like 5 minutes in whispers after I beat the game, and it was just like the funniest thing ever. Like I love like saving those replays when they're just like bitching about this and that. Terran players, no skill, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I've been playing Terran myself, man. I played Terran for the whole of Season 1. And then in Season 2 I switched to random for a little while. Then I started playing as Zerg because I was kind of enjoying it at the time. But after learning Terran for so long, I just had to go back really. What's your go-to Terran opener of the moment? How are you playing it out?
With versus any race, or
just kind of in general? What's your preferred way of playing? Do you like like 3 racks all-ins, or do you like?
I usually I get greedy. I usually try to play like a really economical game, like expand, and usually I can out macro and out expand people. Usually when I lose is when I throw away like all my units, like I run my Marines to do like a tank line or a bunch of banelings. You hear their screams.
You just like moving out into the middle of the map or something on Zelnaga.
Yeah, I'm like John Rambo.
Up on your gold base, and you just like, oh! You just see all your Marines just like marching to their deaths, just explosions everywhere. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm favouring the 2 racks. 2 racks expand if I can hold it off at the moment.
Oh yeah. That's good versus Zerg.
Yeah, I've been playing it versus Zerg and versus Terran as well. In the TVT, because I feel like if I can keep my macro up, then I'll get a huge advantage if I can just hold off their first push, because a lot of people just go all in, man, don't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, especially in the North American server. Like I think the North American server has like the lowest skill cap of players. A lot of them just try to cheese or all in. They never want to play proper games.
Yeah, that's what I find, man. You get somebody with like 3 racks all in or something, and if you can see it coming, get a bunker down and hold it off with just 2 racks, and then once you've held it, have your command center already built in your base, float it out, and you are away. There's no coming back from that, man.
Yeah, once you're already ahead, and unless you slip up, you're pretty much good to go. And then other than that, I've been playing Killing Floor too. I mean, I know it's an older game,
awesome.
But goddamn, that game is so fun. Like just the slow motion, like headshots, watching all the brains fly out of the zombies or whatever. Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's great, especially if you get on there with a few friends as well, man.
Yeah, we need to play. I need some people to play with, because most of the people that are in pubs are just retarded.
Yeah, and it's impossible to like win at that game if you're not working as a team. You just die.
Exactly.
Does anybody love the horrible the horrible British accents in that game from the guys? Like, I don't know, they just crack me up every time.
As a Brit, I find them really annoying. It's just so unreal, and like, I don't know, it just bugs me.
Putting the wood in the hole, governor.
that's where Fable 3 really shines, to be honest, is all the British accents and the British comedy is brilliant.
Did you guys see that thing with Gabe Newell this week for Left 4 Dead?
Oh no, what's that about?
Someone posted a picture. I don't have the link on me, but you know that big puker guy in Left 4 Dead 2, the one that's got the big belly.
Yeah.
His eyes are half off out.
Yeah.
So, someone took a screenshot, and if you actually put Gabe Newell's picture right next to it, it's modeled after Gabe Newell.
Alright, awesome. I can see the chat room searching for that right now. It's got to be amazing. Anyway, that's about what we've been playing this week. I believe we covered everything we wanted to. We're going to take another short break, slightly longer than the last time. Once again, see if you can guess which video game the song is a remix from, and we'll be coming back after this to talk about what's coming out over the next week, and of course taking your answers to our question of the week. So we'll see you very shortly, see if you can work out which game this is from. It's a little bit more tricky this time. you enjoyed that. No guesses in the chat room. Did you catch that, Josh and Tyler? Any ideas there what that might have been?
I haven't got a clue, to be honest.
No, I couldn't even hear it.
Nothing. Nothing in the chat room either. It was in fact from Final Fantasy 13. I'm not surprised nobody got it, to be honest.
No, I didn't play that one.
Yeah.
Neither did I. I don't play Final Vegas. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time to move on to the final part of our show.
Final countdown.
So, final part of the show this week. First up, we have our question of the week, which we asked you guys all: when is it time to upgrade your PC? Now, it's a hard choice, and we kind of touched upon it a little bit earlier in our chat about what we've been playing and what was coming up this year. But different people seem to have very different standards, so we asked you to read your comments, and we've got them all here. I'll be reading them out for you, and then we'll have a little bit of a discussion. So first up, Tina there, who's in the chat room. First of all, she says, I can't wait to tune in tomorrow. Thanks for that. Glad you're here. She says, I am a poor student, so I wait until my PC dies or can't run anything new anymore. My last PC lasted me 6 years, but I bought the absolute best possible at the time. I did the same with this PC when I got it a year ago. I prefer to replace the components than let my machine down, rather than buy a whole new PC unnecessarily. Kind of lost the end of that sentence there, but what's she saying? Replace it when it's needed. Kajat in the comments says, when to upgrade a PC is a bitch of a question, that's why I asked it. To be honest, it really depends on the games played on your PC. I play WoW and Guild Wars a lot, and run it on a pretty average laptop system. So I really have no need to upgrade at the moment. There are a few games out there like Bulletstorm and Witcher that I would love to play but can't due to my system. So I guess a new one may be coming at one point in the future. Even then, I can play a game on lowest graphics on ground. So to sum it up, I think upgrading is needed when you have games out or coming out, Diablo 3 and Guild Wars 2, that require a bigger and better system. I don't think I could live like that, man. Being unable to play the games. Could you guys?
Not unless it's one I really want to play.
Yeah, exactly, man. But I kind of feel pretty happy in the security that pretty much any game that comes up, I will at least be able to run it at some settings. It's nice to have. Anyway, Crazy Ivan says, I usually upgrade every 2 years. It's pretty methodical. I wait for my current generation of video card to be about 3 times faster than what I had. Sometimes games have something to do with it, but lately they haven't been all that demanding, which is also what we said earlier on once again. Andrew Eldridge, one of our writers here at Ironhammers, replies to Tina by saying absolutely this, agreeing with the fact that being a poor student doesn't help matters. And he says, that said, my housemate decided to use his student loan to fund a new PC. Perhaps that's the way forward, as I'm tempted myself. Student loan, buy a PC, do it. Why the hell not? Stephen Wing says, as strictly a PC gamer, I built my PC myself and left a little room for it to grow. While PC hardware is always changing, and game specs are as well, just a little upgrade here and there is usually all that is needed to keep playing titles as close to maxed out as possible. Right now, I can play all that I want in 1080p as long as I keep the AA to mid settings and the ambient occlusion turned off. I still have room for more RAM, and I want a new graphics card here soon, and that should keep me gaming on the high end for a bit longer. But one day, as always, I'm going to hit that wall, then I'll have to bid farewell to Primrose and build me Primrose 2.0. How darling of him. Suras says, the time to upgrade is now! Viva la revolution! When you can't play the games that you want, it's time to do something, such as my PC can just about play Heroes of New Earth and WoW on low graphics. Ouch. When the shit goes down and the FPS drops, I tend to get booted from the servers. No shit. In this instance, a simple upgrade of processor or graphics card is not enough, and an entirely new motherboard is needed as well. At this stage, it's most probably better to buy a new system. I would agree 100%. So long as you can fund it. That's the only problem as always. Andy, Mr. Stokes says, I would say upgrade whenever your system doesn't meet a game's minimum requirements. Battlefield 3, for example, as far as I'm aware, is going to be hella demanding, so I guess you just upgrade whenever your PC isn't good enough to play the games you want. It's still a pretty hard decision to answer though. I mean, if you have the money, sure, why not upgrade as soon as something new hits the market. Cass says, it's a really good game, but nowhere near as fun as they made it look, which is actually a comment on the Sims 3 Generations, so a little bit out of place. Throw it in there, why the hell not? Find the next one, that's actually a question of the week. Oh, here we have a complete essay. Yeah, it's a bit like one of Yoda the Third's emails, which are obviously notorious. Anybody who's listened to our earlier shows will be well aware of that, man. Are you still sending out the trolling emails every week?
No. No, I don't anymore.
No,
I just like to guest appear on people's shows and then talk about popping some domes.
Just troll in real life.
Yep, troll is a lot better.
Anyway, Enrico Rancor, I believe is the name used there, says, in my line of work, I run a small internet cafe with a PC repair centre. I get a lot of questions about this, and in all honesty, I think people ask the question, when is the best time to upgrade your PC? Or as I get all the time, how can I go about upgrading my PC? We need to consider the starting point. We need to consider what kind of PC do I have. We need to consider how old is said PC, and we really need to consider where on the scale of things from low end to high end was my PC when I bought it. The reason I say this is because if you bought a pre-made Dell Dimensions desktop in 2008 with bare minimum of spec, you're not going to be able to readily identify parts that would help your system in 2011, because the core of your machine simply won't be good or powerful enough, not feature-proof enough to be able to upgrade. I've seen far too many botched upgrades where there's not enough juice in the power supply to handle a new graphics card, or instances where a customer has bought the wrong type of RAM for their motherboard type. Yeah, them power supplies you get in the pre-made machines are pretty weak. He says, oftentimes, yeah, they're awful, I know. Oftentimes, if you bought a low-end or discount machine in the past, it would be far more cost-effective to replace the machine rather than gutting it and replacing the motherboard, CPU, RAM, graphics, and power supply individually, because that basically is a new machine. So before you upgrade a machine, ask first, is it worth upgrading? And if you come to the conclusion that that's a no, then it's time to start planning either a new build or a new buy. The way I see it, a PC is only as good as some of its parts, and you can't afford to have a weak link going forward. In saying that, you don't have to go out and spend £1,000+ on a Dell Alienware just to be able to weather the storm of technology advancements. Agreed, don't buy them things, they're way overpriced. You can buy you can buy great motherboard, CPU and RAM bundles that are matched with each other for performance, speed, stability, or all of the above for a decent budget if you shop around. Likewise, you can buy great branded power supply units, peripherals, cases, mods and drives for far less than the high street on the internet with a bit of savvy shopping. Bulk shipping discounts rule, they sure do. If you're upgrading a formerly mid-range or high-spec machine, the same applies, of course. The main thing to recognise is that a PC isn't a console, it's not necessarily built for one thing, and there's no gaming-specific variant of Windows. Don't we bloody know that? So you can, you need to take care of your Windows shizer, as well as gaming needs. Windows 7 munches between 512k and 1GB. He says the difference between a breakfast and a dinner and midnight snack of RAM. Make sure you buy enough RAM to supplement a good computer. Make sure to ask around about parts too. Ask about motherboard upgradability. Ask people what the hell DDR3G, DDR5, bits, bytes, bobs and flops actually mean. Finally, my advice to any gamer buying a machine, don't buy a pre-packaged machine from PC World. Never! No! Never, ever, ever. It's like buying a pre-packed sandwich. Sure, it says chicken and bacon sandwich on the box, but if the bread is dry, the lettuce is brown, unintentionally, the bacon is fatty, and the chicken is a choking hazard, you're really not getting what you pay for. Far too many times have I seen a high street machine with, and this is a big example, an underpowered power supply unit. For sure. So yeah, that's a long, really long, super long answer. The short is this: if there's smoke coming out of the machine, all it is, it's time to upgrade or replace. So the short just about sums it up. Thanks for the lesson there. And we've got another one coming up next from Saying chat once again, unfortunately the inclusion of zombies, he's actually commenting on the whole thing there, so I don't have to go into that. Nice, my eyes can rest a little. Hardy Dan says, spending far too much time playing Terraria to give you my thoughts. If I missed the show, blame the game. 7 hours so far today. I'm disappointed, Dan. It can't be that good, surely.
That Terraria, man, it ruins lives, man.
Really? It's certainly ruining Dan's if he's spending 7 hours a day on it. Either way, Rabid Scotsman says, Zero hit the nail on the head for me. I left room to upgrade to an i7 once the price comes down. You just have to cut those little corners where you can and still build a machine that meets, or hopefully exceeds, your means for a long time. And my little brother there, Link Goodin, says, when your laptop only beeps and doesn't even light up when you turn it on. Fair play. So, you two guys, now you've listened to my endless rambling. Firstly, Tyler, man, what's your thoughts on when would you upgrade your PC? What would prompt you to go out and spend some cash?
I mean, I think it really depends on like what games are you really wanting to play that are coming out soon. You know, if there's games that you're wanting to play and you can't run them the way you want, like for me personally, like I love to max all the settings out, and I know that with like Battlefield 3, Rage, etc. coming up, I'm not going to be able to do that on my current PC. So I'm going to be upgrading like a month or two before those come out. So I think it's more of just what games you want to play and how you want to play them is really kind of the method of when you should upgrade. Because I mean, like nowadays, like you can see the developers aren't making these like big like graphics pushing like PC games anymore, not like they used to. So there's really not a need to upgrade until like there's kind of like that diamond in the rough, like Battlefield 3. I mean, I would just say like it's game dependent.
Yeah. Josh?
Oh man, my answer's nowhere near his. When I see really shiny hardware, man, I gotta buy it.
Yeah.
I go every couple of years, but usually I made a few sacrifices in this build because I'd go a bit cheaper. I only went with 8 gigs of RAM because it's scraping the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Only 8 gigs.
I went with like an 800 watt power supply because I can't run low power supplies. Those are just pieces of crap. I think the only thing I'm really missing right now is a new graphics card, and I definitely need some more hard drives. I only got 3 terabytes, but I'm running out of space fast.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I've got 2, and I'm running out of space too, man.
I also have 10 SATA ports on my motherboard, so we're set for a while.
Yeah, you can add a few more in there, no doubt. That's what I love about my case. I could probably fit about 12 hard drives in it if I wanted to. So I ain't going to run out of space anytime soon. But I just need those hard drives.
I think my next big one I need to upgrade is obviously this summer because I need a new graphics card. And then I'll sell mine because it's still really beefy. And then I would like to get a new server case, obviously. Something a little bit quieter so I can run my PC 24/7.
Yeah, and keep it nice and cool, especially in the summer.
Yeah. I know.
That's what I love about winter. You can crank the gigahertz up a little bit more.
And I buy another mouse every time Razer comes out with a new one.
Do you have the StarCraft one yet?
I don't have the StarCraft one. From what I've been reading, it's a piece of crap.
Yeah, I heard the same about the keyboard and the headset. Like, I was really hyped up about them when they came out. There was reviews on PC Gamer not so long ago that really said it's just a waste of money for what you're getting because they're so expensive, man.
But you know what I did buy that I'm very happy I bought? I bought a new mouse pad.
Nice. Which one did you get?
I bought a Razer Goliathus, the biggest one.
Oh, I use that one.
It is gigantic.
I've got one here, as you can probably see in the bottom of the chat, Razer Goliathus. Have you got the Speed Edition or the?
That's the one I got right there. That's
yeah, man. So we're all rocking the same mouse, man. At least we can agree on that.
Actually, mine is a little different.
Is it?
Mine is the Control Edition. It has the giant snake in green on it. I have a special edition one.
Yeah, my friend has that one. I went for the Speed one. Just purely out of preference, really.
And then, what are you guys running for mouses?
Logitech G5.
I got Oh, go ahead.
What do you have? Oh, you're a traitor. Logitech piece of shit.
I had a G9, but the thing was too damn small for my hand, so I got one of the newer Death Adders, the Black Edition, which is really nothing different about it except
nice,
like the color.
Yeah, it's sweet though.
I have a Razor Boom Slang Collector's Edition.
Tina in the chat room just broke her one of those.
Yep, I got one of those and then getting a new Death Adder or a new Naga.
I think if you're gonna buy a mouse, hold off, because I think like there was a teaser sent out from DICE about that they're gonna have some Battlefield like Battlefield Razor products coming out. There's a little trailer that they put out today, but they didn't show what it would be. So there's gonna be.
Here's the answer to that. You can never have enough gaming mice, ever.
I'll tell you what you do have to have, though, is a mechanical keyboard. I got my Silco mechanical keyboard for StarCraft.
Well, that's my next thing to invest in.
Same here, I need one of those. I'm going to get the Razer, their new mechanical one, the
Black Widow, is it?
The Black Widow. I heard it's a great beast.
Yeah, I heard it's really good, and it's one of the cheapest mechanical keyboards you can get, but apparently it holds up. Which one did you say you had, Tyler?
I have the Silco Touch. If you're familiar, are you familiar with that brand at all?
Yeah. I've been looking at quite a few mechanical keyboards lately. So there's all sorts of different brands that you don't normally hear.
I got the one that's the full keyboard layout, and it's got cherry brown switches.
Yeah.
I ordered it from a site in Taiwan because that was the only place I could buy them, and I had to use Google Translate on all the shipping information in order to buy it. But, I got it.
How much did you pay for that?
Days. It was $135, which is a reasonable price, and then the shipping was like $30, but it's from Taiwan, so I can't really bitch there. But it came in one piece. I ordered it on a Friday, and I got it on the very next Tuesday, so people in Taiwan, man.
That's pretty impressive, man.
Tyler, are you we have to get something out of here. Are you a Intel guy, or are you a AMD guy?
I am whatever is the fastest at the time I'm buying. I really don't have any preference, but as of right now, it looks like Intel is just slaughtering AMD, but, we're going to have to wait and see, because Bulldozer benchmarks are supposed to be unveiled in the next couple of days, so I'm curious to see how well this Bulldozer is.
I'm not sure if I can see AMD coming back there, man. I think they had their chance.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to beat what Intel has, and even if their Bulldozers beat the Sandy Bridges, the current Sandy Bridges, Intel has the Sandy Bridge. Yeah, the Sandy Bridge Extremes coming out later this summer or early fall, so that's when I'm probably going to be buying.
I'm a hardcore AMD person, so I'm going to get the Bulldozer when it comes out, obviously, just because I don't have as much to spend on my processor usually. But I got a 3.4 quad core, and it's overclocked. I'm running pretty fast, so I'm liking it.
Is that a Phenom 2? Or?
Yep, I got a Phenom 2.
Yeah, man.
I got the Black Edition. It's got an unlock multiplier on it.
Yeah, it's so easy to overclock on it, man.
Oh, I know, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. On the AMD guy that is on the next upgrade, no doubt going to be turned into Intel after being using AMD for like ever. I'm going to make that move. AMD and ATI are probably going out the window, and Nvidia and Intel will come into my life. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, moving on to the final part of the show, we are going to take a quick look, before we wrap everything up, at what is coming out over the next week and what has been released today in some cases, especially for you guys over in the US. We have Hunted, The Demon's Forge, The Sims 3 Generations Expansion, Traffic Manager, which we noted last week that there wasn't a game to laugh about. This week I have a copy of Traffic Manager here, check that out. It's still in the wrap and I haven't opened it yet. It came out today.
Is that for like traffic cops or something? Keep you out of trouble?
I'll read you a little bit of it. It says, have you got what it takes to be a traffic manager? And it says, grapple with the gridlock. And it continues to say, most cities have one thing in common, traffic congestion. Take control of a living, breathing virtual city and relegate the road rage to history as you make all the transport infrastructure decisions. Will you build bigger and better roads, or will you try traffic lights at that snarled up intersection? Now these are the types of choices you have to make in Traffic Manager, which comes out Friday, I believe, here in the UK, and it just came out today in the US. I can get.
What are the specs on that bitch?
I don't know, but it looks like GTA 1, if you can see the screenshots there.
Oh my
Like an overhead view. The minimum specs...
Oh, that's just the console version.
Minimum specs are Windows XP, 1.4 gigahertz processor, 1 gigabyte of RAM, and a 128 megabyte 3D graphics card, which is DirectX compatible, and at least, Josh, with your 3 terabyte hard drives, you could have a problem because this needs 500 megabytes of disk space.
Oh man, that's
I really think I am made of money.
Oh, I know, man. I know. But yeah, that comes out this week anyway. And Hamilton's Great Adventure came out today, which I read about earlier, and now I can't really remember anything about it. So yeah, that was very good of me. Any of those your fancy, Tyler?
You know, I was gonna say Hunt of the Demon Forge because it looked, like I said, kind of cool, but it's been kind of a little bit scary that no site has a review up, and like I think Dan Stapleton from PC Gamer said that they hadn't even sent review copies out. So that's a little bit scary about what Bethesda thinks of their own game.
Oh, they did it with Brink as well.
Oh, did they?
They did it. They sent out 360 copies ahead of time, but they were like buggy as hell, and no one could really play it. And they didn't send out any PC copies to anybody before the actual release date, and it was actually the day after release that I got my copy through from Bethesda, which was just a Steam key. So they did it with that, and they've done it with Hunt of the Demon Forge as well. So I'm not sure if they're a little bit worried about how people are going to take it. Maybe they don't think it's quite ready. Maybe they're going to throw out a day one patch. I don't know.
They didn't do like any advertising for that game at all. Like usually they do like tons of advertising, and they didn't do like any advertising for Demon's Forge. And it's coming out the week before E3, so like it's just kind of getting buried behind all this news. And is that game co-op only? Is there like even like a single player? Because I'm looking on Steam right now, and it says just co-op. It doesn't say single player.
Wow. I knew it was kind of heavily co-op based, but I've never even considered the fact that there may not be single player, unless it's just all the same, and perhaps it ramps the difficulty up when somebody else joins. Like maybe it's sort of jump in, jump out co-op. I don't know, man. I'd never even thought of that. I assumed it would just have a single player, as I guess most other people did.
I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty pumped up for that traffic control, I'm not going to lie.
Are you going to be a traffic cop? Are you trained to be a traffic cop?
Have you got what it takes to grapple with the gridlock? I mean, are you up for the challenge, man? You have to encourage bus use, you have to set timetables, you have to watch your budget, you have to fix roads with heavy machinery, and you even have to keep the citizens happy at the same time. I mean, you could be kind of wading out of your comfort zone, man, if you make that choice.
I know I am. Really, there's nothing good coming out this week, to tell you the truth, besides Hunted, and Hunted doesn't like that great. But tell you what, next week is Infamous 2, so I'm all over that now.
And Duke Nukem, baby.
Oh yeah, and Duke Nukem, yeah. The game that was never going to come out.
It's here.
You guys get that first before the U.S. You guys get it on the 10th. We have to wait till the 14th.
Yeah. And then they'll probably delay it for us.
Probably. Yeah, I've said it in every other show, so I won't go into it too much now. I'm not too sure about how that's going to turn out on the PC either, to be honest. Ever the optimistic PC gamer as I am. So, would we call Hunted Demon's Forge the pick of the week if we had to buy one? I will say that the Sims 3 Generations expansion, while for us three guys chatting here is just going to be completely ignored, no doubt. For fans of The Sims, this looks like a huge and really good content update. So I think Sims fans will be absolutely loving it. But, for us, should we call it Hunted this week?
Honestly,
yeah, I guess.
It's a strong tie between Hunted and Traffic Control.
Totally, man.
What about Hamilton's? What was Hamilton's big adventure?
That could definitely be the game breaker right there.
It released on Steam today, and I was looking a little bit about it. I think it's kind of just an adventure type game. I think it's probably actually quite good at what it does. From what it looks like quite nicely polished from the screenshots and stuff, but I really don't know enough about it to actually comment too much on it.
Okay, I think I'm selecting Hamilton. That actually looks better than Hunted, to tell you the truth at this point.
Well, it's only like $9 on Steam, so it's a real
is it that cheap?
low risk
10% off.
investment.
Low risk, high reward. That's what you want. Hardly going for the traffic game. Tina can't wait for The Sims 3 Generations, which comes out on Friday, I believe, here in the UK. MG Aceman, I've actually worked out what his name is now. I was calling him M Gaceman before last week. I realised it's MG Aceman. Apologies for that, buddy. He's not in a rush to get The Sims 3 Generations. I saw you tweeting earlier about the price of it. It's like £25 or something, which is the cost of a new PC game in many cases over here.
Yeah, it's like $40 here in the US.
Yeah, is that the same as a normal PC game or a full game?
It's like only $10 below a normal PC game.
Yeah. See, it seems
So it's almost there.
almost the cost of a full game, which is strange considering it's an expansion. But I think it is the biggest expansion yet, and it adds the most new features. If anybody is interested, go to ironhammers.org because we had some awesome fact sheets and stuff come through from EA not so long ago. They were over there, and so many people are interested in it. It's dragging in traffic to the website still to this very day. Like thousands of people have come to read it. So there's obviously people out there, just not us. So on that note, I think it's time to wrap up the show. So I will thank everybody in the chat room for coming, and thanks to Tyler and Josh for joining me. But before they go, where can people find you on Twitter or Steam or websites or anything that you're affiliated with? Your chance to shamelessly self-promote yourself is now. Tyler, where can people find you, buddy?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/CKRAWL, crawl, with a K. And then Steam, steamcommunity.com/ID/crawl, the number 827.
He's got his Steam ID down, man. That's such an awkward one for people to find sometimes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you've got the URL sorted. Anywhere else?
I have the URL right here.
Anywhere else they can check you out, or is that about it for you?
That's about it.
Josh, take it away.
I am twitter.com, whatever that slash is, Yoda the Third. It's Yoda, THE, and then 3RD. That is the same for my Steam, my Skype, probably just about everything except my PSN. My PSN is Yoda the Third, and third is spelled out.
So Yoda the Third, pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, if you want to catch me playing FPS, I will probably pop your dome, and it's not going to be funny. You get your ass kicked, so.
That's what he does, guys. That's what he does.
I'm in the ass-kicking business, so I can't help it.
Hey, man, consoles don't count, man.
I know.
Yeah, they're like, it's a quarter of a kill, I would say. You have to perform some kind of weird multiplication.
It aims for you.
Exactly.
It certainly does.
Yep.
And when they forget to take that out of a PC version, that's when things get really rough.
Oh, I know.
Start to continue.
Yeah.
I think the last game I experienced that in was like a multiplayer-only first-person shooter that released on Xbox and PC. I can't even remember what it was called.
Bulletstorm was one, I think maybe Homefront.
No, it was like a smaller game than that. It was like a cheaper indie game or something.
Was it Breach?
Breach, that's the one, man. Oh,
that game was like horrible,
awful, man. Like, you couldn't even play it. You couldn't aim at anything. It was terrible.
So can you still play Breach, but just without a controller?
Playing it with a mouse and keyboard is really hard on the PC, man.
So you gotta get a 360 controller?
That's what I did, and it felt right then for a 360 controller. But still, it's like...
That's sad.
That's sad.
Yeah, it felt right for a 360 controller, but it felt completely wrong that I was using that input to control a first-person shooter. That was wrong.
Does anyone even play that anymore?
I don't think so. I haven't touched it.
Oh no, the servers are completely dead.
Yeah, I can imagine. there was a brief time when they patched it and they kind of fixed a few things, and I thought that that was its chance if it was ever going to pick up. The gameplay and stuff are quite wouldn't have been so bad. It was just the control input and all the bugs and stuff that it had just completely killed it. And I think a lot of people were wanting their money back after buying that one, to be honest, because it was pretty much broken on the PC. It was awful.
Same thing with Monday Night Combat. I mean, that game I thought had a lot of potential, but it's completely dead, man.
Yeah, I never actually played it myself, but I heard so many people ranting and raving about it when it came out on the 360, and then they put the PC version out, and it kind of, I saw a few people playing it for a few days. They did like a free weekend on Steam or something, and a bunch of people were playing it, but like I say, it seems like I haven't seen anybody playing it recently, put it that way.
I won't lie about it for the TF2 hats.
Fair play. Well, that's where you can find those guys for this week. We'll wrap it up there. To find me, if you don't already know, you can find me at twitter.com/Ironhammer5 because somebody stole my S. Same goes to Facebook, facebook.com/Ironhammer5. You can check out previous episodes of the podcast by going to live.ironhammers.org, or you can just head over to iTunes by going to itunes.ironhammers.org. Makes sense, right? You can subscribe to us there, and if you please love to leave us an iTunes review, we'll give you eternal internet loving in return.
And if you don't, I'm going to come to your house and pop your dome. So,
see, you've got an alternative there. You know, the choice is yours. That's all I will say. And finally, of course, you can check us out our new YouTube channel. There's a couple of new videos going up there. YouTube.com/IronhammersTV. If you're watching live now and you haven't done so already, do please click the little follow button below the stream and the video, because not only does it let us know how many people we've got watching and how many fans we've got out there, it also alerts you guys to when we're going live. So click that follow button if you're logged into Justin.tv. And of course, Ironhammers.org, where all of this stuff all merges and comes together in a complete chaotic sense of PC gaming fanboyism, perhaps. That's where it happens, Ironhammers.org. So thanks everyone in the chat for coming. Massive thanks for Josh and Tyler for joining me today. It was great to have a chat with you guys.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
lots of fun.
Anytime. And as I said last week, we're looking for guests every Tuesday now. We had Scott and Tina on last week. We've had you guys on this week. Hopefully we can keep it rotating, keep it fresh, and of course, all previous guests are welcome to join us again. If there's anybody out there that is interested in joining us on the show, send an email over to podcast@ironhammers.org, which you can also do for if you have any questions or anything you'd like to talk about on the show, any suggestions and things like that, of course. And keep an eye out for next week's PC Gaming Question of the Week. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Suggestions for that too, maybe. Podcast@ironhammers.org, ironhammers.org, where PC gaming matters. We'll leave it at that. Thanks once more, and we'll see you all next Tuesday right here at justintv.com/ironhammers at 11 PM here in the UK. And as Tyler says in the chat room there, don't forget to watch MLG Friday to Sunday. It's going to be amazing. We'll see you guys next week.
Game over.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.